I'm just gonna give it a couple minutes for some more people to come in. I hope y'all are doing well this good Wednesday evening. I'm doing well. Today's been an okay day. I feel like everyone's freaking energy has been drained as hell with this Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde, new moon energy passing through. So hopefully I can give y'all a little bit of clarity on what we can do with those energies. And yeah, we will go from there. I'm so glad y'all decided to join. I do this every single Wednesday at 9 p.m. Every single Wednesday. I tried not to miss a Wednesday. The only time I did miss is when my grandpa died, and the next day I was here. So I'm here. I give the Astroteas. I do free readings. I also do a collective reading at the end. And yeah, that's pretty much that on that. Normally I'll be a few minutes late, so people be jumping in a few minutes late. But today I'm on time, feeling fine. I'm ready to get it cracking. So, I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna get into the Astroteas. Bigelow. My dog, when he drinks water, he sounds like a freaking broken faucet. Do y'all have tarot questions that y'all want me to start with while we await some people to join the live? There are questions that you would like me to read on. You do have a question, John Dara? If y'all have questions, y'all can. Where is he? Like location? What do you mean by that? Like, are you actually married right now and you're wondering where your husband is, or you haven't gotten married yet and you're wondering when you're gonna get married? I don't know what happened, y'all. I must have had a eyelash fall on my eye, but it itches so bad. Okay. Yes, he's not here when he come in. What's your birthday? What's your birthday? Or when's your birthday, I should say. 9/22. I think that your husband is someone that you already know. Maybe you really don't know that you have a romantic connection with this person, but you do, and you haven't really tapped into it yet. And so you find yourself in a place of mental conflict, but you need to shift your perception emotionally. And that will open up the window for this relationship to develop into a situation that can translate into marriage. Yeah, I definitely feel like you already know this person. So I don't know if you're dating someone, or maybe you have a friend that you've been really cool with, or maybe it's a friend of a friend, but this person is someone that is familiar to you, and I feel like you're going to connect with this person in the next year. You may not get married to them over the next year, but yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. Dropping cards is a good sign. That's just how I roll. When cards fall out, that's for you. But I'm just a little extra clumsy tonight, so I am just kind of dropping cards. But you'll see, sometimes I'll pick them up and put them back in the deck. Sometimes I'll leave them out. Just depends on the vibe that I'm picking picking up from the cards. But yes, ma'am, this husband of yours, he's not too far off. Is this potential relationship going to end in disappointment? What's your date of birth and the person that you're dating? What's their date of birth? Oh yeah, they be jumping out. That's how it goes. And the person that you're dating? 11, 7, and 7, 12. Yes, I will say this relationship is going to end in disappointment simply because the two of you cannot get on the same page in terms of communication, and this man don't know how to control or effectively communicate his emotions. So, or if it's not a man, whoever the other person is. So, you're going to find that you're spinning your wheels trying to climb up and go through a rebirth in this situation, and oh, maybe we're getting on the same page right now, but I'm kind of still not feeling it. You know, we're progressing, but we're really not growing. You know, we're really not, nothing is improving, nothing is transforming. It's just kind of comfortable when it's good, and then when it's bad, it's not good at all. So I feel like that's going to be a very repetitive cycle. You have these two reversals coming in, letting you know that this energy is not balanced, not where it needs to be. And then the Six of Pentacles lets you know that, you know, after you go through that struggle and that healing, you'll be able to put yourself into a position where you can manifest something where you feel validated, appreciated, loved, fulfilled, and abundant, so much so that you can share in that abundance. But you are not there right now, and you will not get there with the direction that this relationship is currently going. That was for Miss Tracy 23. I hope I said your name right. KD Mosley, will I ever find love? Can you put your date of birth in the comments, KD Mosley? Will you ever find true love? Yes, but you're going to have to be open to it. Right now, you're in a position where you're going through your own cycle of personal growth. You're tapping into your own fortune and abundance, focusing maybe on your career, on your family, and stabilizing things. You know, you've been learning a lot of lessons, and a lot of things have been manifesting and growing and changing for you in a good way. So now you are in a position where you do want someone to share that with. But at the same time, sometimes you don't know how to be receptive. Sometimes you don't know how to relax and let love in. Sometimes you're so caught up in the mind that you don't even let your emotions and your spirit connect to people, so they have no way in to get to know you. And then you find yourself in isolation. So you got to figure out how to balance those two sides of yourself. And you will definitely find that, you know, you find someone who loves you, who appreciates you, who can effectively communicate and be on a great emotional page with you, as well as be committed. That was for Katie Mosley. Um, I believe I answered all of the questions in the comments. I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology and then I'll jump back into questions. Um, all right. So we have this Mercury retrograde going on in Scorpio. It's going to be going on until the 3rd of November. Um, just because Mercury retrograde is over, that does not mean that Mercury retrograde is over. There is what's called post Mercury retrograde post retrograde shadow, something like that. And that is going to be lasting until the 19th. Okay, so while that time, when that time is still going, we're still going to be feeling the effects of Mercury retrograde. It's just not going to be as intense. So you'll want to be mindful of that energy. Again, the 3rd is when it ends. The 19th is the end of post retrograde shadow. This retrograde is a wake-up call to reveal emotional and intellectual patterns that no longer serve us or perceptions that debilitate our progress. So with that being said, obviously all retrogrades are meant to come in and teach us lessons, right? This retrograde specifically, with Mercury being in Scorpio. Scorpio is a very invasive, investigative energy, even though it's very private. So what Scorpio does is it's like, I'm going to pull out all of the deep, dark depths of shit that lie within your shadow self that you've tried to bury, that you've tried to suppress, that you've tried to ignore. I'm just gonna pull that shit right on up and I'm gonna put it in your face. And not only I'm gonna put it in your face, but because Sun is in Libra, and again, this is mercurial energy, so it's about communication. Sun is in Libra. I'm gonna reflect that energy to you and other people. So when you having conversations in your relationships, in your job, when you're feeling these angsty, angry, combative, restrictive, resistant ass energies, it's because there's some resistance in you that you haven't been able to face yet, and now you're hyper analyzing the resistance that you see in front of you, not really knowing what it is. So make sure that instead of negating or avoiding those reflections, that you tackle it, embrace it, see it for what it is, call it what it is, and work through the energy. We always want to get past some shit. Oh, I healed past it. I got past it. I got through it. Now I know better. Sit in it sometimes. Sometimes you gotta just sit with it until it makes sense to you. And then when it makes sense to you, you still have to get it out before you can just get past it. Because what happens is when you just get past it, then you don't give yourself room to heal. You don't give yourself room to break. You don't give yourself room to learn. And then you end up manifesting the same pain in different situations. And who the hell wants to go through life doing that? Who? Okay, so we're being asked to face these things head on during this time, and it's very draining. So a lot of people have been feeling drained. This is why it's mentally draining as hell. This energy is. The sun is moving to Scorpio on the 22nd. So what is that, tomorrow? I love Scorpio energy. Y'all will hear me praise Scorpio, even though I'm not a Scorpio. My chart is primarily made up of Scorpio energy. I'm a Scorpio rising, Scorpio Venus. My Jupiter is in Scorpio. I have a lot of Scorpio placements, okay? So, with the sun being in Scorpio, again, we have this investigative energy that's pulling all these things up from the depths. So we're demanding intimacy, we're demanding our privacy, we're demanding transformation. Our shadow selves are saying, look, you're not finna keep us hidden. And when I say your shadow self, I mean the parts of you that you hide, not necessarily the negative parts of you or the dark parts of you. the parts that have been hidden, okay? Um, so it's just gonna further push out those energies and feed that intensity. So be mindful not to get too caught up in pessimistic ideas or cynicism during this time. You know, don't watch CNN all day. Don't watch Fox News all day. Don't be on social media all day reading the negative comments and feeds and going back and forth with people. Like, do not engage in that energy. You are literally going to make yourself physically sick and be wondering why the hell you're tired, why you feel like you can't get up, why your head hurt and all that. Don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. It's going to be tempting because we want to get our point across. We want to see how people really feel. We want to really pull the meat out of certain situations, but make sure that you're starting fires that are worth lighting. Don't just start fires to start fires and waste energy. Am I making sense? Y'all not saying shit in the comments. I hope I'm making sense. Y'all in here still with me, so I guess so. So Sun is moving to Scorpio on the 22nd. It's going to be in Scorpio until the 21st of November. We have this Mars in square with Jupiter, and we also have Mars in retrograde still in Aries. I've talked enough about Mars Aries retrograde. I'm not going to talk about it, but I will tell y'all that this Mars square Jupiter energy, it brings us unrealistic ideas and expectations with this retrograde. And determination is good, but make sure that you're not overdoing things. Because overdoing anything, whether you're underdoing things and overdoing procrastination, overdoing laziness, overdoing negativity, or you're overdoing work, overdoing like too much of anything is not gonna be good for you. So don't set yourself up for that recipe of disaster. Saturn and Jupiter in Capricorn energy still are demanding practicality and discipline from us through our impulses. So with Mars and Aries energy, is very arrogant, very much like, I know you told me not to put my hand in the fire, but I don't care what the hell you said, I want to burn my hand anyway. But while Saturn and Jupiter are in Capricorn, you're not going to be able to do that. So if you do that and override your discipline and your will and what you know you're supposed to be doing anyway, you're going to be punished for it. And you will find those delays and those setbacks and those that resistant energy that I was talking about earlier, it's going to multiply. So just surrender. That's like the key word for this time. Surrender. Take a breath. Be patient with yourself and have effective communications, okay? Secret weapons to use during this retrograde. Journal for your life. With Scorpio energy, writing is a great thing to do because it's going to keep you in between realms of your higher self, your lower self, your spirit self, your body. So if you find that you're too much in your head, if you find that you're too much in your body, if you can't get grounded, if you can't take a breath, if you have too much anxiety, write. Just write. You don't have to write about anything at all. You can just word dump and write about whatever comes to your head. You can be methodical in what you write and write out your intentions for the day. Doesn't matter what you write, just be writing, okay? So writing, and then self-care, because during this time we're going to be called to serve, called to work, called to serve, called to work, called to serve, called to work, but we don't necessarily feel like serving or fucking working all the time. So in the interim of that, make sure that you serve yourself. Make sure you work for yourself. Make sure you give yourself some time and self-care. Hey, Precious. Because you owe that at least to yourself. You should honor yourself the same way that you honor other people, at least. And honor your word as well. That's very important. I'm probably about to say this to y'all every single Wednesday. I talked about Mercury in my video on Monday. You can go and watch that video. I do this on Wednesday for the reasons that I mentioned in that video. And I will tell you guys, honoring your word can change your life. And that doesn't just mean honoring your word and your promises to other people. I'm talking about honoring your word to yourself. Honoring your word that you're going to get up in the morning and work out every day. Honoring my word that I'm going to come on live at 9 o'clock and do free readings for you guys every Wednesday. Honoring my word that I'm going to drop new products and then dropping a whole line of beautiful lip glosses. Honoring my word that my website was going to get dropped and updated. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, honor your word to you first and foremost. It's important. Just do it. And if you've been struggling with do it, admit to yourself that you haven't been doing it and create a promise to yourself to do it again. A renewal, if you will, of your word, and do it. Okay? So Venus is in trine right now, which means that it's in harmony with Jupiter. It's going to invite expansion in romance. We want to feel beautiful. We want to indulge in things that bring us joy and pleasure. It's really a beautiful energy. Also in trine with Pluto, which represents healing and surrender as it relates to love and just tapping into those energies into your relationship. So if you feel like you've been having a lot of problems in your relationship or petty arguments because of this Venus and Virgo energy that's very nitpicky and critical, just try and take the time to figure out like what the actual root of those things are, and then how you can transfer that into a pleasurable experience. So that's good energy coming through to kind of balance out this harsh Venus and Virgo energy. The last thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about regarding astrology is our first quarter moon Aquarius. As y'all know, we had our full moon, or not full moon, but the new moon last week on Thursday or Friday. So 7 days after the new moon is our first quarter moon. Okay, first quarter moon is all about solidifying your intentions, making sure that your seeds are well rooted, and really getting ready for the challenge of harvesting through to the full moon. So with that being said, our first quarter moon is going to be in Aquarius. How can you use your unique gifts, your unique thoughts, your unique and authentic ideas to influence or change the world around you, is the question that you need to be asking yourself with this first quarter moon Aquarius energy. Also, do something that makes you feel aligned with your heart and soul. Do something creative, run. If you haven't connected with a friend in a long time that you really miss, connect with the friend. Do something that makes your heart feel full, that you feel energetic after doing. We all love watching TV. We all love being on social media. We all love drinking or doing this or that. But you know what? After being on social media all day, it's draining as hell, and you probably have a headache. After watching TV all day, you probably have a damn headache, and your back probably hurt from being on the couch, and then your legs hurt because you need to get up and move around and get some circulation in your body. After drinking, you wake up and you feel sick, and then you gotta rest all day to recuperate and recover. Do something that makes your heart and soul feel full, that you feel energized. After I get off a live with y'all, as draining as it may be to do free readings for 10 people sometimes, I'm energized after this. I'm ready to take on the world. I wanted to do everything when I get done because this fills my heart and soul. I'm not telling you to make what you do a source of income the way that I have. If you want to do that, go for it. I'm telling you to do it for you, okay? It's important. The reason why you need to do it is because it's going to put you into a place where you can remember what's important, because with all the collective energies that are being pushed on us right now, we're being not only put in a position where we're very divisive. Everyone thinks that they're supposed to think the same way. Everyone wants to look the same damn way. It's just, we're being stripped of our individuality and our authenticity. And when you do things that are in alignment with your heart and soul, you get back to that energy and you remember who you are, and you can really stand confidently in that space. Okay, so do that for you. That's it, you guys. That's all I have to say in terms of astrology. I was gonna do a first quarter moon reading collectively at the end, but I changed my mind, and I remixed my Mars retrograde reading a little bit to add in some mercurial aspects. So that's what I'm going to do at the end. So I'm going to read the questions for you guys. One, what area of life has Mars had the most destructive impact? Two, what challenge are we collectively being asked to rise to? Three, where is the spirit of fear haunting our lives? Four, how can we find courage and surrender? Five, what emotional and intellectual aspects of the past are resurfacing? And then six, what strategies can we adopt for decisive action and transformation? Of course, I'm always going to do additional guidance and considerations at the end. So I will be doing that for you guys. I am wearing Soul Snatcher lip gloss. I was eating tortilla chips, y'all. I'm wearing Soul Snatcher lip gloss by 11 Moons. You guys can purchase this lip gloss on my website. It's $8, or you can order a lip gloss bundle and get 5 glosses for $25. I'm working on mattes. They'll probably be dropped within the next couple of weeks, but for now, I have the bolds and the nudes, and they're all natural. I blended them up with my bare hands, and yeah, that's where we're at. You can get your gloss bundles. You can get your butter oil combinations. There's 3 different ones. So Cocoa Goddess is a very fresh and sweet scent. It has notes of grapefruit, chocolate, vanilla, and a few others. Moonflower is very floral and light. It has chamomile, geranium, lemongrass. Venus Flytrap is very sexy. It's more of like a complex smell. It's more amber, vanilla vibes with rose. And then I have the frankincense and Mars Man on the Moon scents, which is a masculine scent. So those are your scents. You can get oil, butter, oils and butters in those scents. And I'm about to make a Venus Flytrap lipstick. It's going to be a red wine matte color. And I'm going to make a Cocoa Goddess lipstick. It's going to be a chocolate brown matte. And a couple other mattes. But those are going to go in those bundles that I was mentioning that you can get your butter, your oil, and your gloss. In the Moonflower bundle, you can get a clear gloss Seductive Seer that I already offer. And then it does not come with a 4-ounce oil spray bottle. It comes with an oil roller. So it's a little bit cheaper. So you can get that stuff on my website. I'm working on a couple more products. Once they drop, of course, I will come on and show you guys. But keep rooting for me. I'm so happy with how my business have grown. I'm so happy with how the support has grown. Last week was so crazy with orders and readings. It was amazing. I loved it. I was booked and busy all week, and I'm a Capricorn. I like that shit. So book me out, pack up the orders. I'm here for it, okay? I'm a worker bee, and I will work for you guys because I love to do this. It's very energizing for me, as I mentioned. So thanks for the support, and keep it up. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. That's it, y'all. Make sure y'all go watch my Moonlit Monday 3 video where I talk about Mercury. If you want to know what to do with this Mercury retrograde energy, if you want a collective Mercury retrograde reading, that is your place to go. You can either watch it on IGTV or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm eventually going to drop more YouTube videos than what I do on Instagram, but for right now, I'm sticking with Mondays and Wednesdays on IG, and then I'll be uploading those to YouTube. I haven't quite decided what else I want to film, even though there's a lot of other topics that I want to discuss. So we'll see what happens with that. But those are the business announcements for the night. Y'all know I always have to give myself a plug. And let me just say, this Soul Snatcher and this Bun Honey, yes. And the light beat, okay. Okay. Anybody have any Sarah questions while y'all got me on here being vain? I'll answer y'all's tarot questions and then I'll do the collective, or I'll just do the collective and get out of y'all's hair. Y'all, this is like my new favorite rose. I ain't trying to do no ads or nothing because they ain't paying me, but I like it. All right, I don't see no tarot questions dropping, so I'm about to go ahead and pull for the collective, you guys. Don't laugh at me. Will I get back inspired with my craft? Can you drop your date of birth? Predict not. The reason why I asked for your guys' date of birth is because one, astrology is first in all of my readings, so that's number one. But also, I don't know y'all like that, so I need something to connect you with. And sometimes y'all don't even be having a picture. Your name isn't the same, so I need something to connect to your energy. So that's why I asked for date of birth. I had someone ask me in my last live, why do I ask for date of birth when I do readings? And that is why, especially if I'm doing a personal reading for you, because sometimes I'll pull your whole entire birth chart depending on what you have going on, so I can see like what your transits are doing right now and give you guidance based on that. So I'm just astrology first. I'm telling y'all, astrology is everything. And all of my readings are about to be positioned in a way that lean towards astrology. Not that I'm gonna not be doing tarot, because I love tarot, and of course I'll always do tarot, but it's just gonna always be including astrology, transits and shit like that. You will get back inspired with your craft, but I think it's going to take you some time. I feel like you're going through something right now to where even when you try to plant new seeds, it's not really taking. It's just like you feel stuck, you feel uninspired, you know, the vision is not fully forming, and it's very frustrating, and so you kind of just shut down. But you're just going through a test, you know, you're being challenged and tested, and once you get through this test and transition to a new perception and get out of your head a little bit about the experiences that you've had as it relates to your creativity, and also just the overall experiences that you're having right now in life, you'll be able to create from a better space. I think right now, energetically, you feel very drained and cluttered. And so it's hard to create from that and find inspiration, especially when we live in the climate that we live in and there's so many distractions and things of that nature. So I think once you're able to kind of step back and make your craft all about you again without worrying about what that comes with, then you will be inspired. Does that make sense? Predict not. I hope that made sense. Let me know in the comments. If not, I'll pull another oracle for you or try to explain it a different way. Thank you. I cannot think of her business name on here, but I think it's like Positive Vibes, Good Minds, or Good Minds, Positive Vibes. Charming Karma is her personal Instagram, and she made these for me, and I absolutely love them. Okay, she said yes, very much. All right, precious. Let's see. Are you going to transition out of teaching? Um, I think you are going to transition out of teaching, but it's not going to be in the next year. You're definitely going to have to go through some more tests. It's going to block your forward movement, these tests, and you're going to be kind of stuck in the position that you're in. And then on top of that, you're going to have to lean strongly on your support system, on your wife, on your partner, to do this, and she has to be fully on board. But I feel like there's going to be a conflict as it relates to that. But again, it's nothing that you won't be able to get through without a shift in perception and ideas. So I don't think it's going to happen in the next year, but it is going to happen. I just think it's going to take more time than you are anticipating, and you're going to be frustrated with that process. Hello. Excuse me, y'all. I think okay, I think I answered all of the questions. I think I did. Now, let's do this collective. I don't know what that was, y'all. That was just my little shoulder dance that I be doing when I'm happy. I have what answered all the questions. Got it. Thank you. That'd be my goal, y'all. I try not to come on here if my energy ain't right. When they said I'm giving off good energy. Oh, I like the image on this card. I like Ella, but I don't like how she be talking in the middle of her songs because she don't be saying nothing. Like I like interludes, but you gotta be saying something. Maybe it's just me. Tell me if y'all feel like that too. All right, I'm gonna pull y'all at y'all know, and then that's it. I want to see set up with you on that. See somebody feel me. All right. So, what area of life has Mars had the most destructive impact? The High Priestess. It's had the most destructive impact on our crown chakra. It's had the most destructive impact on our ability to integrate the dualities that live within us. It's had the most destructive impact on allowing us to honor our intuition and our spirit. What challenges are we collectively being asked to rise to? We need to find mental clarity and make a decision. Open your eyes. You see her? She's blindfolded. She got these birds flying around her, and things are just happening all around her. And it's like she has no control, but she not tied up. Her feet ain't tied up. Her hands ain't tied up. She can still move. She can still fight. She just needs to make a decision and make the picture clear. Okay? So that's what we need to do. We're being asked, the challenge that we're being asked to is to clarify our vision and take productive action as a result of that clarification. Where is the spirit of fear haunting our lives? Ace of Swords. Our minds. We feel like we can't act on our new ideas. We feel like we can't tell anyone our new ideas. We feel like we can't even plant seeds with our new ideas because we're scared. We're second guessing because we're insecure, because we feel like someone's going to steal it or copy off of us or negate our idea or shoot it down, or it's not going to hit, or it's going to be rejected. How can we find courage? How can we find courage and surrender? 3 of Cups. Lean on your community, emotionally speaking. Sometimes 3 is company, sometimes 3 is a crowd, but at the end of the day, if you have people around you that can lift you up, that can emotionally support you, that can guide you and help you calm through your fears, lean on them. Use that support to your advantage. And at the same time, trust in the trinity of your mind, body, and spirit, because it's never going to lead you wrong when all 3 are on the same chord. What emotional and intellectual aspects of the past are resurfacing? The 8 of Swords in reverse. So here again, we have this mental energy of the swords, this air energy, okay? This mercurial energy of communications, perception, thought, depth. Now, when the 8 of Swords is in the upright position, we feel stuck, we feel confused, we feel abandoned. We can't really walk away from a situation that we need to walk away from. It's in the reverse position, okay? So that's a positive sign. And again, what emotional and intellectual aspects of the past are resurfacing? I already went through that. I already know better. I already know what this looks like, what it feels like. If it quack like a duck, move like a duck, it's probably a duck. And I'm going to avoid that duck because I already know what it is. So I'm going to end up on the upside of the 8. I already had to let that part of myself die that said that was acceptable. I already had to let that part of myself die that said that I was going to stand for that I wasn't going to assert my boundaries, that I wasn't going to be successful. I had to let that part of myself die. So now I'm this reborn version of myself. And when these energies are resurfacing and coming back in, I have to remember that rebirth. Remember that I was born again. Am I making sense to y'all? Please tell me if I'm making sense. What strategies can we adopt for decisive action? The Wheel of Fortune. Strike while the iron is hot. Do what you need to do while things are good, because y'all think things are bad right now, but I'm going to tell you, it's a piece of cake. Things are only going to continue to unravel. So strike while the iron is hot. Stop waiting on tomorrow to come. Do what you can do today and use the Wheel of Fate to your advantage. We have You Got the Love from the Star Oracles. You know, assert your boundaries. Let go of codependencies. Hadarian energy. It's all about recognizing the truth within your emotional self, basically. And as a result of that, balancing out your relationships. You have the Wraith card come through, looking for home, homesick for the stars. We all feel like we don't belong here. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What is this world? that we're living in at this point. But we have to remember that we did sign a soul contract to come here as we were birthed through our parents. And like I said earlier, remember who you are, remember your purpose, and do things that fulfill your heart and soul, because that's going to make you feel home again and settled and grounded again on this earth. Okay? And then we have the vulture. I'm going to read this to you guys. The vulture, guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is always a blessing in disguise. I just said that earlier. When in balance, clarifies and reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic and aggressive. To bring to balance, clean your space and smudge. Everybody want to be sharing stuff about sage, burn sage. Yeah, burn some sage. But I'm going to tell you what else you need to be burning. You need to be burning some rosemary. You need to be burning some lavender. You need to be burning some frankincense. You need to be burning some copal. Okay? These things are very smudging. Sage kills everything. It's like bleach. So good energy, bad energy, it just cleanses everything out. And then you got people saging their homes. The window's not open. The door is not open. You just smoke just flying, and you haven't cleaned the house. If you're gonna smudge your space, clean up. Clean your house from top to bottom. Scrub the floors, scrub the walls, scrub the tub, wash the dishes, vacuum, sweep the carpet, sweep the floor, sweep the front porch, sweep the patio, and then you get your smudge and you smoke it out. And like I said, yes, burn sage, but there's other things to burn, and you need to probably be burning these things before you be burning sage. Right after you be burning sage. And you need to make sure that your sage is crafted ethically too. That's it, y'all. That's it. That's all I have to say. I kind of started fussing at y'all on the end about smudging, but I just feel like people be talking about they cleansing the energy, and it's a lot to do. Yes, you can use other herbs to smudge. You can also use Palo Santo, but I feel like Palo Santo is kind of rare right now, so I wouldn't recommend getting that from everywhere and buying it. It's important the way that it's sourced. Also, rosemary, cedarwood, juniper are good things to burn as well for smudging. If you don't know what any of these herbs are, you don't know where to get them, Google it, you guys. Just Google it. You can look it up. You can literally look it up. Eventually I might start selling smudge sticks, but it's not on my current list of things to do. Probably will be in like a box or something if I do it, where it's like a packaged into something else. But that's it. That's all I have to say for tonight. I hope that these messages found you all well. And I thank you all for joining me again on this Good Wednesday. I shall see you all on Monday for Moonlit Monday. And stay tuned on my stories for sales. I always do a sale every Friday on readings. $10 off all readings. All you have to do is have the discount code. So just look at my story and it'll be there. And if you have any questions, you can DM me. And of course, I'll get back to you guys. Again, thank you all for joining. Thank you all so much for your support. Continue to shop 11moons11.com for my products and services. What about full moon readings? John Dara, what about it? If you, what was I going to say? I don't know. Continue to shop 11 Moons 11 for my services. Um, and if there's something that you need that you don't see, or if you have a question about readings, you can message me. I'll get back to you. But basically, if you don't know what you want, like you just need a general overall reading, you're going to book a soul session with Shawnee. I have an option for career. I have an option for relationship. Those are the three um, things. You can definitely book a full moon reading with me when the full moon comes, but it's not full moon time yet. We're just in the first quarter moon, so I will not be doing one tonight. I will do one on live when the full moon comes, or you can book a personal one with me, yes. Um, but yeah, that's it, you guys. Again, this is Soul Snatcher. You can get this on my website for $8, or you can get it in the Moon Glow Gloss Bold bundle. It actually is included in both bundles. So either bundle you get, you're gonna get Soul Snatcher and Seductive. No, you're gonna get Soul Snatcher. So either one. All right, y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.